Dash here from Network Studios. Welcome back to another live stream. And the question is it back? Is it back? That is the question. Well, the answer is it could be back. But what could be back? What's back?
Yeah, what could be back?
What could be back? Some of you guys won't even know what could be back. Some of you guys won't even know it or remember it. Some of you guys won't even have the singlest little tiny clue about it because I didn't have this YouTube channel when this used to go on. I may have mentioned about it before.
It's on his old channel, ain't it?
Yes.
Right, you started live streaming, it's come up on my phone, yeah?
Yeah.
What is back?
Ah, that is it. What is back?
I'm unmuting you now, I'm waiting for this.
I know
What is back? Steve knows what's back. And
I
might
don't
know.
know.
Why not me?
Ant might know what's back.
I could know what's
But
back.
only because he's guessed. Okay. Okay, so I'd say easily about a year ago, I did a thing.
GTA?
I did a thing on my old channel, and well, it was kind of on my old channel, but it was mainly just something I was doing on my old profile, where I was basically building my hometown in Minecraft. It was called Building Driffield, and basically I had to stop building it when my account got banned, and it got pretty far. We got quite a lot of buildings done. It was starting to take a nice bit of shape. We had a few issues here and there, where I had to like delete some stuff and remake it, to make it you know, to make it look a little bit better. But we never really got the chance to finish it. Now, I'm not saying that this is definitely 100% back, but I'm saying it could be back. I'm saying potentially it could be back. I'm not sure though. I'm not entirely certain whether this could be back or not. This is only like small beginning thoughts. So what I basically did about a year ago today is I basically looked onto Google Maps and copied what I saw going down the streets in my real town, and I basically built it. So what you see in the real town I tried to do on Minecraft. But there was a lot of issues, like there's a lot of issues with when it comes to building my hometown. So the first thing is my hometown is only a little like town, so Google Maps don't update the street view that often. Like if you go into a big city, you get like image capture dates from like 2015, even like some from like 2016, whereas my town still has like Google capture date from 2010 and 2008, which a lot has changed in my town since then. For example, a load more new houses have been built. As a matter of fact, a whole housing estate has been constructed, and when you look at it on Google Maps, it's still only just in the start of the progress. For example, we won't have the new doctor's surgery. We won't have some of the new shops. What we've like had. Some of them will still be the old shops and the shut down things. And there's also some like roads what go a little bit diagonal. So they don't exactly go like completely diagonal, but they kind of you know. This is the channel, Ash. Oh, Galaxy Gaming. I'll check it out. But for example, like some roads kind of slightly go just a bit diagonal. They don't like completely fully go diagonal. We have some streets what go up on a hill, which I have no idea in the whole life of me that I'm actually going to be able to do. Which is going to make it pretty... It's going to make it pretty hard if I'm like completely honest with you. But I reckon with a little bit of working out and tearing about, we might be able to do it. Now, I'm going to need some help with it though. This is not something I'm just going to do on my own, because hills and some of the corners are not the easiest thing to do. And the way my town works is half of it is down, like on the normal ground, and then the other half of the town is up on a hill, and some of it goes up onto even more hills. Like some housing estates go up some I wouldn't say hills, but little inclines where like the road kind of like just slightly goes up a bit, if that kind of makes sense. So there'd be a lot of things to think about if this series, or if this was to come back, if we were to 100% do this again, if we were to actually make this happen again. It would be a lot more harder than you think. It's not an easy thing to do. So this video isn't me starting the project. This video is kind of me asking you guys if you would kind of like to see it return, because I've been thinking about it. And the reason what got me into the idea of it again is obviously because it was a year ago today. I uploaded videos to Facebook, because obviously like a lot of my Facebook friends are obviously people I know around the area, people who obviously live in my town, so I shared it to show it to them. And it came in my Facebook memories from like a year ago today when I was making some videos on it, and basically it made me think, like, do I restart it again? But the thing about it is it's going to be really hard, so I think I am going to ask for some help with it. But if I can get some people to help me with it, like, like mainly just what I'm going to need the most help with is like people like to go on Google Maps with me and kind of look at like how we're going to sort out the roads what go up a hill, how we're going to sort out some of the bends. And another big issue with Google Maps is you can't go into everybody's backyard, you can't go behind every single building, you can't go down the side of every single building. So like I don't, for example, know what it looks like at the back of some of the banks. Like I can probably guess that there's like a fire exit and like a little wall what goes around it or something, but I don't actually 100% fully know what goes there. There's a lot of things to sort out, and we also have to get like the road and things looking practically like opposite. So if it's opposite something in real, we've got to try our best to make it opposite in real life, which is obviously, like I say, not the easiest thing to do. But I'm going to need people's help to do it, so I'm going to ask some people in the chat pie if they would be willing just to help me a little bit with this project. Just a couple of people to do it with me. And this project's not going to come like all the time. It's not something I'm going to like work on every single day if I do decide to bring it back. It's going to be more of a thing that we'll just work on now and again. I'm probably going to do a fair amount of it off camera till it starts actually getting quite bigger, until I kind of have some form of like interest in doing it. Like, I'm not saying I'm not interested now, but once there's like a few buildings down and I kind of know where I'm going to go, where I'm going to start with the project, then I can start like live streaming again. I can start showing the map. I can start making videos to Facebook. I'm probably going to make one to Facebook as well before I start it, just to see what people would think on there. And I'm just not really sure, if I'm honest with you. It's just a thing I'm going to have to think about. This is the map I'll be doing it on, by the way. I have got the map set up ready. As you say, I can go down like this, look, pretty far. A bit of dirt. So I can go down this far, pretty far, really, when you think. So I can make a few underground things, if you like. We'll just have to see. And like I say, like, I kind of have the idea how I'm going to do the hills. Like, the hills will kind of, obviously, like, transform like this. But the thing I'm actually more like thinking about, more than, it's not making the hill itself, it's the buildings. It's the buildings what I'm actually like thinking about. And like there's one really weird thing in my town which I don't know what, like, how it really works, if I'm like completely honest with you. I think I have an idea how it works, but I'm not like completely sure. But on my street, just a bit further up, we have like a road called Downey Street, and it basically goes up a hill. And you get to the top and you can go left or right. If you go left, it comes to some traffic lights. However, if you keep going straight on, you come to another street which comes back onto the street behind, which is kind of like my street, but a different street because you go across a set of crossroads, but there's no hill to go back onto that street. So there must be like some form of really steady, like almost unnoticeable, like slope back down. Like it maybe only happens like so much. Like for example, like instead of having this, let's just use this as an example. Instead of having this as the drop down, like that, it must be like so, as in like it hardly drops, like it must be just like this. Like it must just happen like every so often. So it is something I am willing to do, but like I say, I'm just gonna have to have a little bit of a think about it, and we are actually getting a little bit of lag when I place some blocks down. You see that? Like I'm kind of placing the block and it's not registering.
You ain't the only one.
But yeah, it's just a thought for the kind of near future. You know, just a little bit of a near future thought.
Honey, look at the lights.
Oh, look at you. You're gonna have to.
So.
Oh.
Yeah.
This bloody game's
Like,
been blown
subscribe,
up.
and comment. We'll see you in the next stream.
Someone's been on